Hey everybody, Brandon here from CAD Intentions, and in today's 2-Minute Tuesday, we're going to be taking a look at a quick and easy way to show your viewport in model space so that you can better organize multiple viewports, string together, say, alignment views or profiles. This tip can make your life easier in CAD when you're setting up sheets and multiple viewports in a drawing, keeping things organized and reminding yourself what you're showing each one so you can set your text, labels, and dimensions accordingly. Let's jump right into today's video. I think you guys are going to enjoy it. Alright, so as I mentioned, I want to show you guys a trick to display your viewport boundary in model space. I've been asked this question multiple times recently, and it's a great way to get a sense of what your viewport is going to show when you create your drawing, and it's going to allow you to create multiple viewports, say along an alignment for a road, for instance. Maybe you would have multiple viewports and you want to show the boundary of each view along your alignment just so you have an idea, or for an index sheet showing the boundary of each drawing. In our case, we're going to show the boundaries of each of these viewports we've got set up here on our landscape sheet. And we're going to show those in model space so that when we're adding notes and dimensions, we'll know if they're going to fit. You'll also know what scale these sections or areas are going to be at since you've set them up in your views. And this is going to save you time. So to start, you're going to want to make a rectangle. So typing in REC, and that's going to bring up the rectangle command. And you're just simply going to copy over your viewport. We're going to do this to all three here. Now you can put this on, say, a def points or a no plot layer if you don't want these to plot, which is most likely. So we'll do that quickly before we move to the next step. So you can see I've got three polygons or rectangles that are all tracing out my viewports. And all we're going to do is select them one at a time here and change space command them. So CH SPACE, change space, and we're going to select our objects and we're going to hit enter. Now it asks me, it highlights a viewport, and you want to make sure you select the viewport you want to send it through into model space. So we're going to choose this one and select this viewport and hit enter. You can see it's now shown up in here. We're going to end that by double clicking outside of the viewport, and we're going to do the same command again. So we're going to change space. We're going to select this boundary here, hit enter, and click inside the viewport we want to use. And we're going to hit enter again. You can see the boundary is shown up over here. We're going to double click to get out of our viewport, and we're going to type in change space or CH space again. Select our last viewport and hit enter. We're just going to click inside the viewport we want to activate and hit enter again. Hitting enter or double clicking outside of your viewport is going to end all of that. And you can see these boundaries are now visible, but remember we've put them on def point layer, so that's not going to print. Those are for definition lines or construction lines. You may want to create a no plot layer and set the layer to not plot by default. That's what I'll tend to put my random line work that I am creating for myself for reference, but I don't want that to show up on my drawings. So now you can see when we go into our model space, the exact extents of each of our viewports prior to printing. So now if we wanted to add dimensions, we can make sure we keep them within this boundary here so it shows up on this viewport. Same goes for over here, or we could add notes. Maybe you've got a viewport that is simply a full floor plan and you've got one set up like this. This shows you how much room you've got if you'd like to add little notes or labels or leaders along the outside of your floor plan. It's also great just to know roughly where you're at. All right, so I've got one more cool tip and kind of a trick that you can use with this. But before we check that one out, I want to remind you guys to take a look at my AutoCAD Fundamentals and Workflows course if you've liked this video or any of the videos on the channel. It's packed full of over 10 years of my experience and tips and tricks into a video series that you can complete in a day or less. You guys are going to really enjoy it. It's discounted right now at the link down below and up above. And once again, I think you guys are going to learn a ton in a short period of time, condensing decades of knowledge, tips, and tricks and workflows into an easy to watch and follow video course. All right, so one other thing you can do using rectangles and these kind of viewport boundaries is set a polygon or a rectangle to the area you would like to use for the boundary of your viewport. So in our case, we're going to type in REC. We're just going to create a rectangle here. And what you can do is go back to your viewport that you've got set up, and say for this one here, we're going to make sure it's unlocked up here, display lock, and it's a no. And we're simply going to zoom out. Now you can see that box we've created. You've got the ability to zoom. Once you've zoomed out, you can simply type in Z or Z and choose O for object, and now you're able to select an object that you would like to scale. It's now going to scale up your viewport to match as closely as it can that rectangle that you've created. This is a way to quickly create viewports within model space and then come to your paper space and set those extents as close as you can, assuming that the dimensions kind of match up. Anyway, that's it for today's video. I hope you guys enjoyed and found a new quick way to move your viewport boundaries between model and paper space. And if you guys have any questions, don't forget to let me know in the comments below, and don't forget to subscribe and like the video. Cheers. Thanks for watching the video. Hope you guys enjoyed it. Be sure to check out my last video right here. And don't forget to subscribe up here to make sure you're up to date and you see all my new videos. Thanks again. Cheers.